Hello, my name is Caroline Chuang, and I'm a student currently living in Long Island, New York. During this past summer, I researched the coexistence in Earth's rich rainforest, shade tolerance and herbivory in tropical tree seedlings. So human disturbances of logging and global warming are adversely affecting rainforests globally, resulting in the ecosystem destruction. In order to preserve the biodiversity of the rainforest and the tropical tree species, I believe it's important to understand the hyperdiverse conditions of the rainforest caused by niche partitioning across the light gradients. In this study, I focused on the relationship of light and herbivore interactions and their influence on the coexistence in the La Selva Biological Station in Costa Rica, an area previously researched and known for its species richness. Seedlings of 8 shade-tolerant and shade-intolerant trees were photographed, edited, and analyzed using Adobe Photoshop and a computer imaging software, Winfolia. Using the software, Winfolia is able to measure the leaf area in centimeters squared and measure the holes area where the animals chewed out the leaves. But then to make sure that the leaf is properly analyzing the leaf area and the holes area, I needed to use Adobe Photoshop to edit out the background of the leaves to make sure that the background or anything in the background does not interfere with measuring of the leaf area. I hypothesized that shade-tolerant tree leaves would experience greater herbivory during their leaf expansion period, the period where tree leaves expand in size and develop their defenses before toughening and maturing. Shade-tolerant leaves have longer leaf expansion phases, prolonging their vulnerability to natural enemies. Results indicated that the rate of damage in percent damage per day and the overall accumulated damage inflicted by herbivores in percent during leaf lifespan was greater on herbivores of shade-tolerant species. Therefore, herbivores in the availability of sunlight differentially impacts the tree species in the rainforest, illustrating the complex relationships between tree species and their environment. So what does this mean? This means that if we had to replicate tree species and replicate the rainforest, if severe deforestation occurs in the future, then we need to focus more on conservation because these relationships are complex and more research needs to be done on how we are able to restore the coexistence and the balance in the rainforest ecosystem. Thanks for listening to my presentation. I would also like to express thanks to Google for sponsoring the Google Science Fair and allowing me to share my research with the world.